All right, good afternoon, everybody. Dan Knowles, Mega Social. Hope you're having a good week. Looking forward to the weekend. Latest interview today with Stirzaker from M6 Media Limited. So, as you know, I like to talk to people about how they got started in business, and Steve's got a fascinating story, I think. So, I'm really looking forward to speaking to him today. Most of you who do know him will know Steve as Mr. Football. He's Mr. Stories. Mr. Everton, Mr. North Lancs Football League, but you might not know he's become a recent father of twins, he's a husband, and he also has his own business that he's been growing now for a couple of years with his business partner Anthony. But Stephen's been working himself for quite a number of years now, and I'm really interested to hear more about his story and how he's kind of grown over the last few years, how the business has grown and how he's evolved in a really competitive environment. So I'm really interested to find out more about that. So without any further ado, I'll get cracking straight into questions. If you've got anything you want to know, press like, press comment. Let's see what you think, and let us know what your thoughts are on it. Steve, business-wise, thanks for joining me. Thanks for talking. Cool. So, what I want to know starting off then is how's your career evolved in terms of working for yourself? What was it? Where did you start off? Where did it start? And when did you decide to start working for yourself?
I started off for myself initially. I think it was like summer 2008. Merely because I sort of got fed up where I was at. And like a lot of people, I think you learn your trade, and then you start to realise I could do this for myself,
right?
And potentially earn more money.
So what was you doing then?
I was in sales really. I started off in sales by accident really. Back in I think it's 2001 now, working for the Ironmark Group, which a lot of people will have known of in Lancaster. It's quite a large employer. Turned into You Find Us, and it had a few various different names, etc.
Yeah.
As I say, it was by accident really. I was at a bit of a crossroads. I'd sort of half tinkered with joining the police force and a few other things, and then I saw an advert in the Guardian, and they were advertising really good money at the time. I think back in 2001 it was 17.5 grand basic.
Right.
You know, for
good money,
for a non-qualified job, you know, not a professional position, if you will. So I just thought I'd give it a go as like a bit of a stopgap until I decide what I want to do. As it turns out, I found out I was pretty good at sales. I was hitting my targets, earning good money.
And it's a tough thing to be good at, you know, and sales is challenging.
It was tough then. Literally what we used to have, it's you'd get a big list of business names, maybe 50 business names on it. Didn't tell you where they're from, what they did.
Yeah.
You get a little grey telephone put in front of you on a desk with 40 other people in the office.
You
had to just plough through the data. Your call times were monitored.
A little bit like Wolf of Wall Street.
It was exactly like Wolf of Wall Street. When I see that film and I see the shenanigans and the goings on in the office, you know, it wasn't quite on that level, but you know, there was goings on, and it was a fun place to work at times. At other times, it was a stressful place to work because it was very much a hire and fireman environment.
Yeah,
you know, it was sink or swim.
Yeah,
you know, it was a bit of a revolving door. You know, I've seen so many people come in and out of there and walk out within a day. You know,
quite challenging then for a lot of people. But if you were good,
but you're not always good though. It's about a level of consistency. You know, you have your bad weeks like everyone else, where you doubt yourself and your own ability, and you hit that wall in sales. You know, you neg yourself out. You know, or whatever. You think I can't do it again, and you wake up on a Monday morning thinking I've got to go there again, and starting afresh, meeting my targets. But to me, it never got to me too much because I saw it what it has. It's a job, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I could be out in a building site in the pouring rain.
Yes.
You know, that's hard work.
Yeah.
And to me, all I was doing was picking up the phone and speaking to people.
Yeah.
Which was fairly easy.
So how did that job then lead you into going and working for yourself? How did that lead on?
Again, I've been there for a while. I think I've been there 6 years and been promoted through team leader, sales manager, sales development, etc., etc. You know, so good positions. But got to a stage where I felt like I'd done all I could there, and the company was changing. It wasn't what it was, and so I was sort of not forced upon it, but I knew I had to do something different. I knew I had to get out of there and have a goal for myself. Why sell for somebody else when you can do it for yourself?
Absolutely.
You know, and earn the money for yourself. So I set up in 2008, literally from the back spare bedroom of my house. I was living on Newsham Road at the time on Bowram.
Right.
So set up myself an office, went out, bought a desk, a new phone contract, you know, a laptop, etc. And just one day decided Monday morning, you know, get the old yellow pages out, which we used to use for data, blitz a few numbers, ring a few companies, see what I can get.
Right.
You know, it was simple.
And how did it go first time round? What was the company called first time round?
First time I was known as Intelligent Internet UK Limited.
Oh, right.
Which is a terrible business name, and Because people can't spell intelligent, you know, believe it or not. And I soon changed that to Top Frog Media.
Right.
Again, something...
Because I remember you as Top Frog as well, definitely remember that.
It was Top Frog for a long while, yeah, and it's a bit more memorable. We had a funky little logo and people tend to like it. It's a memorable name. It's obviously Top Frog's nothing to do with the internet or what we're doing. It's just a quirky name, you know. That went well. I ended up getting myself an office on Church Street in Lancaster. I think at one point I was employing 5 other guys, which was going really well, but at the same time it was a lot of pressure. Yeah. You know, I think I was probably, what was it, time 26, 27.
Right. So you've done well for that. Very good progress at a young age. Yeah. But I suppose the skills of going from being a salesperson to the skills of being actually responsible for me and responsible for 5 other people as well. It's a different skill set almost.
Yeah, it's tough when I was dealing with guys that were older than me as well. So you're becoming their boss, which in itself is socially it's quite difficult.
There's a dynamic.
There's a dynamic. Yeah, it's difficult to sort of to boss people who are older and maybe a bit wiser than you, and you're responsible for their living. Yeah. You know, which is tough, and at the same time you're responsible for paying your bills at home and your home life, and you're going to work and responsible for them. And it was going really well, don't get me wrong, for a good while. We built up a good customer base. But like with anything in sales, salespeople are a funny breed, you know. A lot of people go into sales because they struggle doing anything else, or they don't want to do anything else.
Yeah, like you say, there's no barriers to entry really, is there?
No, and they float from job to job. Yeah. You know, which is difficult, and I found that you can get so much out of a salesperson, and sometimes they dry up. Yeah. And they'll do the minimum they can
to get the maximum output.
And that's not good for you as an employer. Yeah. You know, so it got to this stage with Top Frog where we built up a great customer base. It was doing well, but then it got difficult to manage in a way, if you will. Yeah. So I stripped right back to just me again. Right. With my customer base, you know, so obviously it was a lot more beneficial to me financially to do that. You know, which was good, and then it went well for a while on my own. You know, working like that. You know.
So you had Top Frog, and that was going incredibly well. It stripped back, and it was still manageable, but there must have been some other real evolution, because here we are now, several years later, with M6 Media. So what was the catalyst to that change?
There's a couple of things really. In between that, I actually got headhunted. I got offered a really good job at Lancaster University. Right. Which at the time, you know, I was kind of getting fed up working on my own. You know, it has its own stresses working on your own. You don't see anyone from day to day. It's just flip over the phone, you know. And sometimes that's not good for you, I don't think. But so I ended up taking a job at Lancaster University, like a head of sales there. And it didn't turn out what it was promised or what was offered. And in the end, obviously, you used to do a bit of work up there. Now and again, you know. It wasn't for me. And again, I just sat there thinking, why are you working for somebody else? You know, when you can do it for yourself. You know. So again, I set up sort of Top Frog again in a new incarnation. And again, working from home, it was going well. And I got approached by Anthony Forrest, who he wasn't in sales, he was from a sales, he was from a technical background. So
Anthony is the web designer, effectively.
Anthony's a web designer. Anthony's great with all things technical, where I'm not. Right. You know, I have no interest in that. Anthony's brilliant at that. You know, that's what he does. And he approached me, he was looking for a salesperson. Now, I was never going to go and work for Anthony because I had my own business, which was doing quite well. Yeah. You know, he had his own business, so like everyone does in these circumstances, you meet up in Costa Coffee. It seems to be the place. Yeah. And we talked about it. It just made sense that, you know, I had the sales skills and the people skills. Anthony had the product and the technical knowledge. Yeah. Let's join together. Right. So which is where M6 Media was born, if you will.
And 18 months ago, and not look back. So how's it going? How's it going with M6 then?
It's going brilliantly now. It's going really, really well. We're really busy. We've got loads of good customers coming in, really good clients, and I suppose the best thing to say is they're coming to us. Do you know what I mean? We're not having to go out there and look for custom. Yeah. We're generating probably 100% of our business at the moment via word of mouth.
Right. And that's, I mean, this is the thing as well. Sales has changed, hasn't it? You know, like you say, 15 years ago, people were given a phone book and go out and told to cold sell, and that doesn't. It just doesn't. You know, it doesn't work anymore.
No, it doesn't. I do make the odd call. Don't get me wrong. You know, if you think there's a good lead there, or you think there's somebody that can benefit from your.
Do you generally find there's some sort of warming up to it?
Absolutely. I mean, social media is a big thing now, as you know. Yeah. You know, so there's no harm in, you know, you've liked their business, they've liked yours. Yeah. That's how it works. That's kind of your introduction now, isn't it? That's kind of your initial phone call.
That's what I tell people.
You know, there's no harm in dropping businesses a message. It's less intrusive than a cold call. And I think people can respond to that in their own time. You can get your message across without that abrupt, I don't want to speak to you here now and then. Yeah. You know, which you find in cold call. Obviously, you know, I do it at home when somebody calls me. I'm the same. So I think social media is a good way, whether it be LinkedIn,
It's a warmer, isn't it?
It's a warmer, yeah. Or Facebook's a great one. Just that introduction to a business.
Good. So the business is now going for 18 months, and certainly I've benefited from the work you do, and I know a lot of other companies out there. What's the future hold for M6 then? Where do you go next? Where do you guys go next?
Well, we're constantly looking to evolve, whether it be the product or the way we sell it, or pricing structures, or just what we can offer in the background, server, email accounts, everything. We're improving on what we do all the time.
Good.
Logo design, we're opening up, and this week I've been doing magazine adverts for an important client of ours. It's just we're doing little different things all the time. You know, I think you've got to, haven't you? You've got to keep moving forward.
Absolutely.
Thinking of new ideas.
For a small business now, especially to compete against larger players, is for me is about having that agility and that ability to be able to do that, and then put your hand to a bit of this as well. So that's great. Good, Steve. Thanks very much. I think that's absolutely smashing. Listen, guys, I've used M6. Absolutely superb little business. These two guys really know the stuff. So if you're looking for that sort of support, that sort of website and graphic design, come and speak to Steve, speak to Anthony. They're here at just outside Golgate by the M6. And so